This tutorial, you are going to be learning about Python inheritance. So, what is Python inheritance? Python inheritance is, okay, let's quickly create a new project. Um, oh, okay, so let's quickly create a class. So, I'll create a class and then we'll now create a Python. Um, what Python inheritance simply means. So, a Python inheritance generally enables you or allows you to define a class that inherits all the methods and properties from another class, right? Then in Python inheritance, we basically have two things. So the first one is the parent class, while the second one is the child class. So we are going to create the parent class, and then we're also going to create a child class. So what the parent class is, it stands as the base class, while the child class is the inheritance. So the child automatically inherit what it's on the base class. So it's like father and son. Like father bought properties, now the son, it can actually inherit all of those properties afterward by either using his dad's name because that's like his father and all. So the inheritance is being able to like take possession of what the other person has. So that's like legacy. So that's basically what inheritance is. So let's create the parent class. So we are looking at Python inheritance. So we are going to look at creating a parent class. Okay, so the first thing is we will have to define our class. The next thing is def underscore um, okay, then so f name, and then the next one is L name. So now this is us declaring our function. So self dot first name dot f name dot f name equals to f name self dot first name. Then next we are going to have is self dot last name equals to L name. Then we will now go to print self dot first name and then self first name. So we now use the person class to create an object and then execute the print name. So how do we use the person? So we are using the person to create an object. We say X equal to person, right? John do uh, uh, um, um, since I haven't first name, then I can just say X dot print. um, So that is for the parent class. So now the next thing we are going to do is to create the child class. So next thing we are going to do is we are going to create a child class. So create a child class. Okay. So we are going to be creating a child class that will inherit the functionality from another class. So this class will now be class will be student. So it will be inheriting um I- uh, so it has automatically inherited all that was here. So if I remove so with the function with the help of inheritance, you can be able to successfully inherit everything that was done in the parent class. So that's why inheritance is really very important. So we have the add int function, which enables us to add two or more variables together. Then, enable us to add two or more data together. So let's quickly see how the add in works. So let's quickly see how the add-in work. So far, we've been able to create um, a child class that inherits the properties and methods from its parent. So we want to add the init function to the child class instead of the pass keyword. So here now, we'll just remove this guy, then not add the init function. So, so um, the next thing we're going to do is we will now name. Okay, so you know where this coming from. Then we'll now add the properties. So now that is these properties is name and last name are the properties we have added. So when you add the init function, the child class will no longer inherit the parent init function. So note that the child init function override the inheritance of the parent init function. So that's this very init function now overrides this very one. So once you have written this init function, um, Once you've written this init function, it override this one. So it does not inherit this other function. That's basically what that means. To keep the inheritance of the parent init function, so what? To keep the inheritance of the parent init function, add a call to the parent init function. So how do we go about that? So in order for us to add the call, so now come to see person, right? The init, 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 um, for self, f name and l name. Okay, so that's for the add function. Yeah, that's for the add function. So that's for the add the init. Init function. So basically, um, when you are now done, I just wrote this comment so that I can be able to explain what this simply means. Well, that's what we are basically doing. So the next thing we are going to look at is how we can be able to add methods to our program. So, sorry, how to use the super function. So the next thing we are going to look at is how to use the super function. How to use the super function. Okay. So next thing we are going to see, so I'll start with by creating the class, right? So then I'm just going to copy it since this is what we are working on. So I'll just copy this and paste here. Just copy this and paste. So I'm just going to add the super function here. So I'm just going to add this super function. So and just go ahead and so you see the funnel Jafar that has been there. So if you change this now to, let's see, Joshua, it's going to number sheet. Oh, sorry, my bad. I did not include this. So you can see Joshua Jaffa. So you can see the interplay. So just master the basics and the simple steps, as this will be very useful as we progress of this um during the course of this bootcamp. It will help you to be able to get familiar with the processes, and every single thing you are learning will all be put together. So programming is so much like a puzzle. So everything you are learning will be put together eventually. So here I can now come to say serve the graduation year, equals 2019. So, so I can just go ahead. So then I can add a year parameter and parse correct year when creating objects. So I can still run this guy, and then I'll come down again to add the year. Yeah, and, and then come here. The x is equals to student now become my also okay. Then this is so here first to 20 and see what the error is. Anyway, we're going to correct this in the next class. We're going to correct it in the next class. So it's normal to have like issues on the Python program that you're writing. So at the end of the day, it will help you to be able to get a clear understanding. Okay. So I'll see you in the next class.